What up, though? Ledge here. It's that time again, prediction time. And it's Born Legacy 8, man, going down in Cleveland this Saturday. Cleveland, Ohio. Well put together card. Shout out to Norbs. He's done it. And I like this card. A lot of good matchups. Make it break for some. You can either elevate or you can remain where you at. So it's high stakes in this card, for real, for real. So without any further ado, you know how I do things, starting with what I feel is going to be the weakest battle of the card, all the way up to the battle of the night, in my opinion. I'm going to start off with Fonz versus J400. J400 been around forever. One of the Jersey boys, along with Suge, Old Red, Surf, Arsenal. He's been with them from the gate, and he's just a hot and cold, streaky battler. Sometimes he can put together something that's really dope. Other times he's just not really into it. Sometimes he a no-show or just forget his material, and it can lead to just him never really elevating. He's going against a guy in Fonz who is in his own backyard, who is ascending. Just go check out some of his more recent battles. The kid got talent, raw talent. I'm just going to pick him off the strength that this is him on a card in his backyard, and so far from what I've seen, he hasn't disappointed me. So I'm going to go with the safe bet in that one. I don't know if that one is particular a 3-round or 1-round battle, but it wouldn't even matter. I would pick Fonz either way, to be honest. Moving on next, Chef Trez versus Big Cannon. Similar abilities in some aspect, both writer's block, alumni, freestyle, rebuttal ability through the roof. But I think recently Chef Trez has shown that he's much more than a rebuttal and freestyle specialist. He's actually forming direct punches and direct material catered for his opponent, showing a bit more ability to pace himself. He has ebbs and flows where he's slowing down, speeding up. And Big Cannon, I feel like he's just been in the same spot for a while. He hasn't really done anything to take him to the next level. So I'm going to go with somebody whose stock is a bit higher, who's been in better form, and I'm going to go with Chef Trez. And I feel like it's going to be a clear 2-1. One of the rounds might be debatable, but the other one's going to be really significant. And he's going to clearly just extend each round. I like that Chef Trez. I feel like he gets better round per round. So I'm going to go with Chef Trez in that one. Next battle I got, Misfit versus Official. I feel like I'm going in the order of how the card looks, but this is what I really think. But Misfit versus Official might get crazy, might not. I think it's going to be one of those battles where it's going to have replay value, but I feel like it's going to be some clarity in these rounds. Like, Misfit is a bit, again, I'll use this term a lot, more well-rounded, but her inexperience on this URL stage is going to come to play, I feel. Official not only has been there and done that, she's well traveled. I don't know if Misfit has ever battled in the Midwest before. Like, I don't know if her lingo can translate up north. I feel like when you look at Official, she's been up north. I remember seeing her down in Texas. She's been on the West Coast. She's battled Disaster. She's been around. Now, I will say Misfit has been to these events, supporting guys like Math and Cortez at these big events. So I don't think the stage necessarily will come into play in that aspect. But when she's rapping, the type of responses she get, does that throw her off? Also, is she going to focus on being so disrespectful that it takes away from her being lyrical and getting into her bag of showing that her material is better? We don't know. I'm a lean towards O in this one. 2-1 edge. This has a potential to be a battle of the night, but I got it ranked fourth. But I will not be surprised because the ladies, they do bring it. But I feel like Official is going to show her a different level that she hasn't reached yet. Shuni couldn't do much with her. Farrah couldn't do much with her. She just doesn't have that package. I think Official has the complete package to show her what it's like to be on a URL level stage and get embarked on. So that's just my opinion. Moving right along, I'm gonna go Av versus Ill Will next. Av versus Ill Will. I think Av could be set up here by mistake. I feel like they gave Ill because Ill Will is a credible name where if you beat him, it matters. And so when you beat Ill Will and you're Av, you could really stamp wherever you were placed by certain people as far as champion of the year goes. But Ill Will to me just beat Geechee Gotti, my opinion. I seen it recently, seen it 3 times. I'm good on it. I don't need to see it again. I feel like he got that 2-1. And I feel like that loss, in my opinion, to Geechee kind of knocks him to the back. And I feel like Av could be in the danger zone and get knocked to the back again because Ill Will can excel in different areas where Av just might not be on that tip right now. He might, I wouldn't say he's one dimensional because he's starting to perform a little bit. He's starting to work angles into his punches. But still, man, Ill Will can really control a crowd. And that's priceless in these type of matchups. So I'm gonna lean I'm gonna do it. Excuse me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lean Ill Will 2-1. Edge, slight edge. I feel like it's gonna come down to the third round, and he's just gonna be a little more. He's gonna be funny. He's naturally funnier. He's gonna be funnier, a little more quick to his punches. Not back to back punching, but he's gonna be punching enough to where he might get this job done. I'm gonna lean Ill Will 2-1 in that one. The Saga versus JC. Think this is gonna be a goodie. Think this is gonna be a goodie. Haven't heard from JC in a while, although he did just release some music or whatever. But I'm talking about as far as battle rap, as far as interviews, he's been on the hush, and that could be dangerous. But also the Saga, he's a low profile guy by nature. You might see him tweet every so often. And I feel like being that he called JC out, he was one of the names a few months ago when he was saying names after he beat Ryder. He was saying like JCs and O Reds and things like that. So I feel like he's about to be in another bag right here. And JC has been quiet. I don't know how serious he's taking this. It's close. I haven't really picked against JC in a minute. But I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go with Saga in this one. Saga 2-1 with a slight edge. I think he wants to show. I think this is his year. I think he wants to show that this wasn't a fluke. Like he's been killing stuff for a minute, and I think his little streak continues. I really do. I think JC is going to have a round that's incredible, a solid round, and then a round that just doesn't land much. And that's the round that doesn't land much is going to be the round that Saga wins, and he's going to probably be a little more solid than JC when it comes to that round that decides the battle. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I got. I got Saga in that one, 2-1. Chess versus Danny Myers is the main event, and it happens to be what I feel is going to be battle of the night. I really do. The shit talking they've been doing, the form, the level that they've been battling on. Danny has been incredible this year. Chess has been special this year. Like, you look at his battles versus Bad News, Jerry West, Geechee Gotti. Look at Diz battles versus Mac Myron, Disaster, Franchise, even with the slip up. They've been putting in work, quality, class performances. And I feel like Danny is going to punch chest lights out a little bit, maybe in the beginning, and he's gonna also be a more high energy because you can't get more high energy than Danny. It's gonna be hard. But I think this battle is going to get separation is in content. I feel like Chess in the Midwest, being the East Coast guy, kind of similar. I feel like his content is going to be a little more relatable in the building. So I'm going to go with Chess 2-1. Chess 2-1. I'm gonna say clear too. a clear 2-1 for Chess. I could be wrong. Danny can show up and show out, but I feel like just content wise, it's going to be a little more favorable for Chess because he's going to talk to Danny directly, angles, true stories tied into something to a punch, and it's just going to connect to that building. And he's just much more aggressive with his bark. Like his bark is strong, like some grown man bark. When he gets in your face and tell you something, it really plays well in the building. So that's my thoughts. Born Legacy 8 in Cleveland. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know who you got winning. Put your predictions in the comments. Also, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean a lot, you know what I'm saying, so I can know if people rocking with the content. Should I switch it up? Should I do other stuff? I will be having interviews coming up, so you definitely should like and subscribe so you can get the notifications when you never know, it might be one of your favorite guys, or it might be somebody you think is underrated, and you will get to hear a really well thought out, in-depth interview with no trolling or games and gimmicks. So it'll be important to like and subscribe. More importantly, just subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Keep in touch with me on Twitter at PodTier. Keep supporting the podcast, available on all your streaming services. And as always, keep it battle rap. Love.